Today you're going to experience one of my sacred methods of healing and divination, a very special gift bestowed to me by my guides. This method of healing involves the use of various and sacred oils, herbs, and other elements sourced from nature, as I seek to help those who want to connect with spirit, who want to connect with their guides, who want to connect with voices from the other side, because they've got so many questions left unanswered. My name is Gogo Mbalenhle. I'm a psychic medium and a healer with a very modern approach to healing. I hope you find answers that you so seek as you try to find who you are and to just generally find who you are destined to be, because many of us unfortunately go on our lives not knowing who we are. I will be connecting with many women, young and old, regardless of their color, of their creed, religion, and backgrounds, because many women experience traumatic experiences with no one to tell. And we go on about our business with no one to tell, not knowing how to handle our issues, and we just bury ourselves in shame. Many women go through so much traumatic experience, and these experiences, most of us don't even know that we've inherited them from our ancestral lineage. These are experiences passed on from generation to generation to generation, and if there's no one who raises her hand to say it stops with me, it's gonna pass on to your children, to your grandchildren, and a cycle will go on like that over and over and over, repeating itself. Things like sexual traumas, rape, abuse, physical, psychological, mental, and sometimes it's financial. Just being stuck in toxic relationships, a feeling of being stuck, a feeling of being stagnant, where a point where you reach a point of stagnation, you do not even know who to tell. Some families experience things like patriarchy, where women are told that woman is inferior. Most women, some of these women want to go back, they want to go and work, they want to go to study, but they are being deprived of these opportunities because they are told they have no place in society. So society has also taught us to be strong, to just be quiet and just to stick it out. But even our ancestors don't want that, because idlozi nalo is liberated. They want us to move from one point to the next. There are grandmothers who passed on many years ago who have traumatic and painful stories to tell, and they are saying, Mtanami, it stops with you. I don't want you to go through what I went through. We have stories to tell, dark stories to tell. But it's not so easy to just come forward and say exactly how we feel, because we fear that we're going to be judged, that we're going to be persecuted, that we're going to be labeled. And many of us die with this pain inside. But what we do not realize is that what we are carrying as a burden, we're passing it on to our daughters, to our sons. We are passing it on to the next generation. Even your grandchildren will experience the same ordeal that you go through today. If you can sit and look back at your family tree, your family history, you'll find families, and I'm going to use an example, where all the women within that family tree, all of them never got married. Maybe all of them were raped. All of them were abused. It's a pattern that keeps coming back over and moving from one generation to the next. So this cleansing is meant to unlock all those doors for women who are saying, yes, my grandmother experienced this, my great-grandmother experienced the same thing, but it stops with me and it's not gonna move on to my children. The cleansing is meant to, the ritual is meant to unlock all those doors and to give us renewed hope so that we start afresh. We connect with our ancestors who will tell us their stories as to what really happened to them, your mothers, your grandfathers, your great-grandmothers. All those stories tell a story about you, ubuwena, imvelaphi yakho, and who you really are. It's not easy to take that stand, to take that step, to say it stops with me, because it's not easy. It takes courage, it takes a lot of hard work, but it is possible, it is doable. The next video content that you're going to see is packaged in English and Isinguni. And purely because as much as we want to reach a wider audience in terms of the language, there are certain things that you do as you connect with spirit, Msamo, that you cannot translate, unfortunately. Well, you can. But if you find yourself in that moment, it is you connecting with your great ancestors to give you clarity on things, on various things, but using the language that they understand. But before we move on to that content, maybe here's a question that you need to answer. What are the things that you carry from your ancestral bloodlines? Things that you've inherited from them that are unpleasant, that are making your life a misery, that sometimes you feel my life is a living hell. What are those things, and what are you doing to change the trajectory so that those stories and horrific and traumatic experiences are not passed to the generation that follows? Your children, your great grandchildren. Because it takes one to take a decision to say, I've noticed a pattern of what is happening here at home. And I'll be the one raising my hand to say, it stops with me, but let me go out and seek answers from the people who came before me, who will give me exactly what I need to hear in terms of what I need to work on, because you will not be doing it for yourself. It will not be for your glory, but it will be you saying, I don't want my children and my grandchildren to experience this. It takes courage, it takes a special person, it takes boldness for one to stand up and to take that decision. I hope you find healing as you seek to connect with spirit, as you seek to find who you are, as you seek to connect who your family is, as you seek to connect that family tree so that you understand and to see where you were born, where you are rooted. There is nothing as important as knowing your background and where you come from. Those are the basics you need to know about your family, because everything that happens to you has to do nomsamo wakho. Your spiritual altar, a place where you kneel down and call your ancestors and say, Bo Gogo nomkhulu, kunje nakanje nakanje ngicela ukuthi niphakame and give me answers to the questions that I have, answers that are not so glaring in my eyes. Makube khona ukukhanya, makube khona ukuphila, makube khona ukuvuseleleka. Magwande, Sithokozani. When you gave me this torch, Bantu Abadala, nasho ukuthi this is your journey to destiny. Nakhuluma nina indlondlo neindlondlokazi ukuthi baningi angeke bakholelwa kimi. Baningi abazongibheka ngese ngesilona. Nakhuluma nina bogogo nomkhulu nathi not everyone will like me. Not everyone will believe me. Kodwa nakhuluma nina indlondlo nasho futhi ukuthi after all is said and done, qhubeka wenza umsebenzi wethu ungabe usabheka emuva. You gave me a torch of light, Bantu Abadala, of light and life. Into engeke yaqondwa omunye umuntu. Konke ninginike kona Bantu Abadala kuvela phakathi kwenu nina bogogo nomkhulu. La ngizalwa ngakhona komama, indlondlweni neindlondlokazi. Emva kokuthi yonke into ikhulunywe, emva kokuthi yonke into yenze, umsebenzi wenu uqhubeka phambili. I intend to tell your story, Bantu Abadala. I intend to carry that torch enanginika yona. I intend ukugijima nayo Bantu Abadala. Uthi konke okukhanyayo enanginika kona ngezandla zenu nathi bamba, philisa abantu kufikele kumina. Vulani inhliziyo yami Bantu Abadala ukuthi lento engiyenza namhlanje ngingazenzeli, ngiyenze ngoba yinto evela kunina enanginika yona ngezandla zenu. Makube nokukhanya. Ngacelisa Bantu Abadala ukuthi wonke umuntu ongena la ekhaya makaphile, makajabule. Nasho nina bogogo nomkhulu ningivumela ukuthi wonke umuntu ozongena la ekhaya uzophila, uzojabula. Ngakho ke namhlanje njengoba ngenza lensebenzo namhlanje, njengoba khona iqhawekazi lenu enilithumele namhlanje, umzukulukazi othunyelwe komunye umuzi ukuthi azothola ukuphila, azothola ukulapheka, ngicela ukuthi nisondele Bantu Abadala. Akungabi mina engizenzela ngezandla zami, akube nomsebenzi wenu lo. Ngiyahlanganisa bogogo nomkhulu konke enanginika kona ngamandla wenu nangokwazi wenu, hayi ngokwazi kwami nina indlondlo. Ngiyakhuleka namhlanje, ngikhuleka emakhosini, ngikhuleka eindlondlweni neindlondlokazi. Ngicela ukuthi kube khona okuphakamayo phezu kwesimo sempilo yami, naphezu kwesandla salowo muntu othunyelwe la ekhaya, othunyelwe ogogo nomkhulu bakhe ukuthi azothola ukuphila, azothola ukulapheka la ekhaya. Ngiyakuphakamisa dlozi elihle, ngithi sebenza ngendlela owangithuma ngayo, ngendlela ezoxaka abantu le abangeke bayazi ukuthi isho ukuthini. Kodwa ukuphila nokuphumelela kukhona. Ngizocelisa nina indlondlo neindlondlokazi ukuthi ngicela ukuphila, ngicela ukukhanya, ngicela ukuvuseleleka, ngicela ukuthi yonke lento engiyenza namhlanje, ngoba nangitshela ukuthi mina nginezandla ezilaphayo nina indlondlo neindlondlokazi, ukuthi ngicela kusukume nina. Angingazenzeli mina indlondlo neindlondlokazi akwenze nina. Ngiyakuphakamisa dlozi elihle, ngiyakuphakamisa. Ngiyaniphakamisa bogogo nomkhulu, ngithi ngicela ukuvuseleleka nokukhanyiseleka. Ngicela ukuthi kube namandla konke esiyokwenza namhlanje, umsebenzi wamhlanje uhambe ube yimpumelelo. Ngiyaniphakamisa nina indlondlo ukuthi makube yinini enisukumisa isandla senu, njengokunginika kwenu lamakhambi okwelapha namhlanje engazange ngazenzela wona, kodwa kube ukuthanda kwenu. Ngicela ukuthi niwasikelele ngalowo yela engubeka phambi kwenu nina indlondlo, enangibonisa ukuthi uyolapha, uyovuselela, uyoqaqa wonke amafindo. Nasho ukuthi abantu besifazane bayophila la ekhaya bayongena bephuma baphile bathola ukuphila bathola ukulapheka. Ngakho-ke ngicela ukuthi umuntu wesifazane okhona namhlanje, indlondlokazi umzukulukazi walethwa bakubo namhlanje, ukuthi ngaloyelo engizowusebenzisa namhlanje ngicela ukuthi usikeleleke. Ngiyawukhulekela-ke ngithi Nkosi enamandla mdala ezwe nomhlaba umuhle wena sibane esikhanyisa ukudlula zonke. Ngiyakubiza dwala lamadwala ngicela ukuthi uphakamise isandla sakho phezu kwale nsebenzo ezoyenziwa namhlanje, ngoba ukusuka nokuqala kwezinto kwaziwa wena Baba. Wena washo Nkosi wathi sikubize noma ngabe kunjani, noma ngabe kumnyama, noma ngabe kubovu, siyohlala sikubiza njalo Baba. Ngithi mangabe khona amathunzi amabi ubumnyama nako konke okwehlela phezu kwale nsebenzo soyenzela namhlanje, akube wena onqandayo Baba, ngoba wena isibane esikhanyisa ukudlula zonke. Ngizocelisa kuwena dwala lamadwala ngicela ukuthi usikelele lo msebenzi ukuthi uhambe kahle, ube nokukhanya, ube nempumelelo. Phakama dlozi elihle, phakama nawe Mvelinqangi, siyakubiza nawe moya ingcwele ukuthi ngicela ukuthi uphakame usembathe, ngoba uMvelinqangi washo ukuthi umeke ahambe emhlabeni akasishiyi sisodwa, usishiya nawe moya ingcwele. Wathi akasoza ahamba sishiya sodwa. Oh God, because he told us that you shall never leave nor forsake us. Namhlanje ngicela ukuxhumanisa wena Mvelinqangi, ngicela ukuxhumanisa wena nabantu abadala ogogo nomkhulu abaphethe imisebenzi yethu, ukuthi basukume basinika amandla, labo bathumele kithi empilweni zethu ukuthi bazosikhanyisela, bazosivuselela la singakhona ikhono ukwenza, basenzele. Ngicela ukuthi ukhanyise edlozi elihle, ngicela ukuthi ukhanyise nakuwena moya ingcwele, ngicela ukuthi konke kuhambe kahle namhlanje. Ngicela ukuthi uzivuselele Baba, njengoba sosuka kule ndawo sihambe sesiyokhuleka, sesiyophahla endlini, sesoyenza le nsebenzo. Ngicela ukuthi kube wena isandla sakhe esiphakamayo. Phakama Nkosi, phakama nawe edlozi elihle, phakama edlozi eliphethe ukukhanya, lona la ngilethela konke engikwaziyo nengingakwazi. Ngicela ukuthi uqhubeke njalo gogo, uqhubeke njalo mkhulu, ungikhanyiselela kumnyama ngakhona la ngima khona. Ngicela ukuthi ningibambe ngesandla senu ningiphakamise la ngikhala khona, ningisule inyembezi, ngoba ngikwazi ukuba umlaphi ngithi ngilapha abantu, kodwa nami ngingekho ngahlambulukanga, nami ngokwami inhliziyo yami ivalekile, nami ngokwami ngingahlambululanga, ngingatholanga ukujabula nasemoyeni. Ngiyakubiza wena dlozi elihle, ngicela ukuthi ukhanyise. Thokozani dlozi elihle, thokozani emakhosini.
ngahamba ngenhliziyo ebuhlungu, ngahamba ngishaywa ngi-abuse, ngahamba mina inhliziyo yami ibuhlungu, ngadliswa, ngathwetshulwa, ngabulawa. Nonke bogogo, you've got stories to tell. Mina ngadlwengulwa, ngathola isingane ngaphandle, mina ngakhishiswa isisu ngingafuni, mina angihlambulukanga kunje. Ngicela namhlanje niyehleni bogogo, niphakameni phezu kwesimo sikaSinikelo. Konke lokho enakushiya ningakwenzanga, okusalele yena ezandleni zakhe, akungagibeli kuye. Ngicela ukuthi nikwehlise ukuthi azokwazi ukusukuma aphakamisa umsebenzi wenu. Siyanizwa, niyakhuluma dlozi elihle, niyakhuluma thonga elihle. Thokozani bogogo nomkhulu, nani nibe phila vuma, siyabonga nina izondlo ney'ndlondlokazi. Siyabonga ukukhanya phezu kwesimo sempilo yakhe, inanti ibhavu engiyibeka phambi kwenu nyaka. Abese.